Hi, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I just wanted to do a little uh, thoughts from my library kind of video. And this is going to be very casual. I'm going to do my best not to edit this too much because I don't feel that a video of this nature is going to need so much editing because it's just going to be my current thoughts of the particular period of time and whatnot. Uh, I am going to make. I do want to incorporate bookish things into this because there are bookish things that are taking place in my lifetime. I think that it is, at this point in time, it is the clearest escape. The one thing that keeps me thinking about something else that doesn't give me a sense of anxiety, because this is a very stressful and strenuous period of time, and I think this is something that can be shared across the globe pertaining to the coronavirus, COVID-19, with the way that different countries are being affected, the amount of people that have gotten sick with it, the people that have died from the virus, and the fact that we need to do our best to prevent prevent ourselves or do our best to help others prevent from getting keep from getting it, and it is hopefully, but we also have to hold out hope that if we just do our best to stay at home and only come out if we need to address essential needs, be it tending to things that fulfill these needs or those of loved ones, that things will get better. Hopefully in the month of April, we will, hopefully in the month of April, we'll learn more about where the numbers go and how people respond to the disease. Hopefully, people make the right decisions for themselves and for the greater good, and they are able to flatten this curve. It's not like it's not like we're having to run a marathon or do a complicated yoga pose. We just need to stay at home and only go out when we need to, and just practice common sense measures, and especially pertaining to frequent hand washing and not engaging in practices that are going to make you sick. But I work in a supermarket, so my hours have gone up, which is somewhat of a positive, but I think with a lot of people that are working in an essential business at this time, especially when it pertains to the needs of others. It can get very strenuous, but we just have to keep going and staying strong. And I want to thank everybody that is watching this video, and especially those in the Booktube community that are engaged in an essential occupation that, to me, your role is beyond meaningful, and there's no way that I can thank you enough. And especially to my fellow gladiators that are engaged in an essential profession, and my thoughts, my prayers, and my concern is with those that have been affected by everything that's going on, and I hope and pray that everything is going okay with you, and that you are going to be able to get back on track quickly and efficiently. I hope that this whole thing is dealt with quickly and efficiently, most importantly efficiently. And I also want to send out my thoughts, prayers, and concerns with those that have been inflicted with the coronavirus, COVID-19, and those that are dealing with those that have loved ones that have either dealt with that or have succumbed to it. It's just, I hope that things are addressed quickly and efficiently. And that's all I can say about that. As far as this and the channel is concerned, as far as the individual videos will continue to come out as long as we are able to produce videos. The discussions with the positive thing to come out of the discussions is that we have discussion content that can go up until August. We filmed the 10th season last summer, and those videos will continue to go up until May. We filmed our 11th season beginning in late January, and we wrapped up on March 8th. So it was right before things really started to take a turn for the more extreme. Those videos will be going up from June to August. At the moment, we are not going to begin filming our 12th season until it is scheduled for May 31st. And we are planning to film from then until late August. But if for some reason things are not cleared up by that time, or if things are even in a more dire situation, there is that chance that I may have to either postpone, reschedule, combine. I would consider putting together an online discussion. I've heard things about Zoom, and I may look into that. I want to do my best to make the discussions in person, and I'm holding out high hope that we will be able to film our 12th season as we scheduled it. And I will not make a final decision until mid-May. I would say would be the time that I would examine that, because with us it's not a huge gathering. It's at most for season 12 would be I would have 8 people in a session. But if I feel that we need to reschedule, then that's going to be the decision that's made. I do not want to do anything that would put any of us in harm's way. And I think that the well-being of the gladiators is what's most important. That's pretty much where I stand with the with all of the events that are taking place. I'm doing my best to remain positive during what is a very bleak time, and I think that one of the things that has really given me that sense of thinking of something outside of the events taking place is judging the Booktube Prize. I think that Robert from Barter Hordes has done a fantastic job, not only putting this together, but being so diligent about it. He takes this very seriously, and I think that it is so meaningful that he is doing an effective job on the arrangement of the Booktube Prize. You can check out my video where I judged the Octafinals Fiction Group G, and I'm pretty happy that 2 out of my 3 books from my top 3 advanced, and the one that did advance in its place was a very close 4th, and I was very much debating between the 2. So I'm happy with how things turned out for that round, and I'm judging nonfiction in the quarterfinals, and I'm looking forward to that experience as well. I placed my order. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, I will have received the books. It's a wide array of categories. The only thing I wish was that there were a few presidential biographies in the that advanced to the top 48. That's my area of history that's my area of nonfiction that I enjoy the most. I also enjoy looking into just random subjects that aren't always explored. And I don't have my name down for the semifinals because I'm still holding out for filming. I will be judging in the final round, probably nonfiction, but I'll go wherever Robert needs me. I'm holding out high hope also that he also looks into translated fiction, because that would be something that I would be inclined to read, because the Booker International is something that I enjoy following. But I'll have to give him a word of encouragement about that, and also looking into making the fiction just anything that was published in English, not necessarily from an American publisher. I think that because the Booktube Prize has become global, and the presence of booktubers in the United Kingdom is so strong, the Booker Prize really brings a lot of attention, and I think that having just anything published in English would be would make sense as far as what's on the what's eligible for the ballot is concerned. Because I think that it would just be fascinating to see anything published in English as part of the fiction. Then translated fiction would be anything not originally published in English, but translated. And then nonfiction would probably just be a general category at this point. But Robert's the boss, so he gets the final call on that end. But he's doing a fantastic job, and I think that I know he said that this has been helping him out a lot, and I feel that reading for the Booktube Prize, even though I did do a lot of reading in the last several days, has been very helpful as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the quarterfinals bring. I've also expanded my collection on literary magazines because I feel that at this point in time, it's just very important that we look into writers of all kinds. I think that with literary magazines, it is very much a way to introduce yourself to up-and-coming writers, and literary magazines were ultimately the outlet for up-and-coming writers to make their way into the public eye. I know a lot of people talk about they can recognize a work by the fact that it was in the New Yorker. Some hardcore people can name the date. I know, for instance, we went over Only the Dead Know Brooklyn by Thomas Wolfe, and that came out June 7th, 1935, in that particular issue. I was subscribed to the New Yorker for a year, but I decided to not renew my subscription because I'm looking for magazines that primarily concentrate on literature. I want to read short stories or poems or whatnot. I'm not really looking for articles or political columns. But I subscribed to a total of 15 magazines. They're not too costly, which is a good thing. I had been subscribed to Poetry Magazine for quite some time. We went over a few poems from there on the channel. In Season 8, we went over Bad Sheep, and then in Season 9, we went over Mansplaining, which had a good response as far as viewership was concerned. I know we got a great wave of dislikes, perhaps because the word mansplaining has the tendency to intimidate and unease particular people. But I also subscribed to Gettysburg Review, Plowshares, New England Review, Literary Review, Raritan, Iowa Review, Carve, Slice, Lady Churchill's Rosebud Wristlet, which that one was quite interesting because they gave me some swag, and they also gave me a piece of chocolate for subscribing as well. And a novel. Fantasy and Science Fiction, Analog, Asimov, Pinch, and Fiction magazine. I also bought a stack of Granta magazines from Second Time Books. They were older issues from about 10 years ago. He was selling them for, it was 13 magazines for $12, so that was a grab. It was quite something, and I'm really looking forward to engaging myself in those. I know my grandmother went to a flea market and got one of the issues as well, so I took advantage of that one too. But then you had some of the gifts that they sent were quite intriguing. Gettysburg Review sent me a shirt in addition to several back issues. Plowshares sent me back issues and a tote bag. There was... That was pretty much... Oh, Poetry Magazine sent me a tote bag that I had used quite often as well. But I'm hoping that this gives me some inspiration for future discussions on our channel, because I really want to incorporate the works of those particular works. I think I've noticed that a lot of the discussions on our channel, the ones that get a lot of views, I think a lot of it has to do with the work that we're going over, when we have so many great discussions about works that don't necessarily meet the great criteria of attention, but I think that they turned out to be really good episodes. A lot of them were great episodes. They turned out to be really good episodes for one reason or another. But that's the magic of Literary Gladiators. It's very much... my approach has always been kind of like Match Game, where one of my favorite game shows of all time, where there's a general outline as to how it goes, but with the cast and crew that you have, it can take any which direction, and something magical can come out of that. Because with Match Game, you have you put a panel of 6 celebrities together, and the way that they respond and the way that they interact is just the magic of the show. And I think that what drives our channel is you put a particular work of literature into the forefront, you have the panelists read it, and then you talk about it, and the way that they respond is just extraordinary. And that's why I love doing this so much. I think that in order to keep going in this current time, taking measures to flatten the curve is going to be very helpful for the show. Just thinking about your essential needs, but also knowing that everybody else is in the same situation. Not just in your town, not just in your county, not just in your state, and not just in your country, but across the globe. So, but otherwise, at the moment, as far as my reading is concerned, I just finished reading. I had finished reading the octafinal books. I'm going to begin reading the quarterfinal books. I may dip into some literary magazines, take the opportunity to read those, and I'll probably, before you know it, be reading the nonfiction books that I was assigned to read for the quarterfinals, and I will be really intrigued to check them out. I'd be interested to hear about what you guys are up to and what you are reading. I'm thinking about each and every... I'm thinking about each of you, and I'm hoping and praying that everything is going okay with you right now. And I want to thank everybody that has taken the time to check out our videos on our channel. I know that this is a very tough time. And I know that I, for one, feel that even through these tough times, we need Booktube now than we need it more now than we've ever needed it, because we're in a stressful situation, but we still need to do our best to live our lives. I know that the virus is going to define this time, but we cannot let it define our time. And we need to demonstrate that this is not going to bring us down. That's the most important thing. Thank you for checking out. Thank you for tuning in for this little kind of like a fireside chat. And if you like what you're seeing here, I'm definitely up to doing more of these based off of what's on my mind. And I hold high hope that things are going to get better. And I'm hoping and praying that they get better quickly, but most importantly, efficiently. Take care, everyone, and remember to keep reading.